This is the exact blueprint I would follow if I had to go from zero to $10,000 in trading, if I had to start all over today. I'm gonna go over a few trades that we took together in my live trading Discord in the War Room so you can see my exact framework, what I'm looking for every single morning, the same repeatable setup over and over and over again, so you can also take the same framework and execute on the day-to-day basis. Now, before we start today's video, I want to remind you that I have a free Discord community full of killers, full of winners, people who are making money, passing these challenges, getting funded, and going about trading the right way. So if you want to be part of an amazing community, a vibrant community where we're posting our wins, we're posting when we get funded, all the receipts are in the chat. You're seeing daily breakdowns from myself every single morning, breaking down the markets and what I'm looking for on that specific day before I even take the trade. Hop in the free Discord, click that link in the description below. Again, it's free. Can't wait to see you inside. Now, the very first thing I do when I come to the market, I look at the higher time frame to have a market directional bias. I can't go to the 5 minute, I can't go to the 2 minute, I can't go to the 1 minute trying to find some sniper entry if I have no idea what the bigger picture is. I need to go to the higher time frame. I like to use the H1 to determine where we're currently at in structure. Okay, are we in an uptrend? So then I'm looking for buys. Are we in a downtrend? So I'm looking for sells. Are we consolidating? I need to know where we're at in structure on the higher time frame. I personally like to use the H1. Now, a cool little trick I like to use to help me determine what my bias would be is looking at my moving averages. Okay, so very simple. I have an 8, 50, and 200 moving average, and I use the VWAP. If price is below all of my moving averages in my VWAP, I'm only looking for sells. And if price is above all of my moving averages in my VWAP, I'm only looking for buys. So I come to the market on this day, okay, so this was Friday. We took a trade together in our live chat, and I'm looking at the H1, okay? Now, right now, we are closer to being below all of my moving averages in the VWAP versus being above, okay? Now, of course, if I'm looking at structure too, we can clearly see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, equal high, price pushes down, breaks structure, breaks our most previous higher low area. And now what I'm looking for is for price to retest the moving average in the VWAP, create a lower high and continue pushing down. Okay, so that's looking at actual market structure itself, but what also helps me determine what bias I'm looking for today is the moving averages, the VWAP. Super important. I'm telling you guys, if you implement this in your trading, it is game changing. So we have an area of support right here. And we have an area of support down here as well. All right, so I'm only looking for sells, nothing else. I'm not thinking buys. I don't care if price is pushing up. I'm only looking for bearish structure on the lower time frame for an entry. If I don't see bearish structure, I either wait until I do, okay? But if I never get it during my time I'm looking to trade, then I just don't take a trade. Very simple. Okay, doing some additional analysis on the higher time frame, we also have a Fibonacci that could potentially play out here as well too. Okay, we had a nice bearish run, price pushes up. It's looking to retest those moving averages in the VWAP, retest potentially this fair value gap. We also have a QP in the area at 4675, 50% golden zone, 61.8 golden zone in this area as well too, based off the Fibonacci. So many confluences in this area. So we get a clear rejection, clear bear structure on the lower time frame. I am executing, no hesitation, no hesitation. Okay, so now let's go to the 5 minute. I have my higher time frame bias. Now I'm just looking for some bearish activity. Okay, so this is 755. Let's play. Okay, price is pushing up. We're in an uptrend on the lower time frame. Okay, my bias is sells. I'm looking for bearish market structure. So right now I sit on my hands and I do nothing. I'm waiting. Okay, we're waiting. Okay, so look at this. All right, we were in an uptrend, create higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher low, equal high, price pushed down, and broke our previous high low point. We have now broken structure. That is a bearish signal for me on the lower time frame. Okay, so now it's just a matter of where do I want to enter? Okay, once price starts to pull back, we have to keep in mind we do have a QP here where price could definitely reject at 4675. And that's actually where we ended up all taking an entry once price started to pull back. Because as price is starting to pull back, I can use a Fibonacci now on the 5-minute. Price is pulling back. That QP lines up with 38.2. I typically like to take a trade within the golden zone, but we had QP here. We had 2 moving averages here. My stop loss was going to be a safe my stop loss was going to be a safe distance away. So I'm just going to take this trade. I'm getting on this trade. Okay. So this is where we're looking to enter. Hold to negative 27 extension, about 200 ticks away. Okay. Just like that. All right. So we're waiting for price to pull back, trigger our entry. Okay. We're now in the trade. We're now in the trade. We are cooking now. Pulls back, and then boom, hits our TP. Just like that. Drops even further. Hits London low. Okay. Higher time frame bias was bearish, and all I did was go to the lower time frame. We went to lower time frame, we went to the 5-minute. We saw price was uptrending. Okay. I'm not just clicking sell just because, oh, higher time frame is bearish. Let me just click sell and just hope and pray. No, none of that. We were waiting for bearish structure, and that's exactly what we did. We broke structure here. Price pushed down. We got a nice pullback and actually did touch 61.8. So if I wanted to be a little bit more conservative, had a little bit more of an aggressive entry here, perfectly fine. Stop loss is there to protect us, to make sure we don't lose any more money than we should. Price pulled back, gave us that lower high confirmation. We're in the trade, pushes down, hits full TP, just like that. Now I'm going to show you another example from today. Okay, we didn't take a trade today. Today is Wednesday, March 25th. We did not take a trade today, and I'm going to show you exactly why using the same framework. The very first thing we're doing is looking at the higher time frame. Okay, we're looking at the H1. Are we above all our moving averages or VWAP? Are we below all our moving averages and VWAP? That's going to determine if we're looking for buys or sells. Okay, so if I bar replay to this morning, right here. All right, so we come to the market and we can clearly see that we are starting to trend upwards. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Okay, price bounced off this fair value gap. It's starting to push up and potentially exceed this previous high. But what do we have here? We're not above all of my moving averages. That is my rule. I will sit here and watch price shoot all the way up in front of my face and do nothing. I do not care. Not until price is above all my moving averages. That is when I'm going to execute. And that is because of back-tested data, live trading data. I've determined for me what I like to do with my strategy is wait for price to be above all of the moving averages. So I'm sitting here looking at this and saying, hey, we're not above all the moving averages. We're not below all the moving averages. We're just kind of in the middle here fucking about. So I'm going to sit here and wait for price to push in either direction. If it breaks above, perfect. We're in for buys. If it breaks below, perfect. I'm in for sells, right? But I'm looking at the H1. I'm not even thinking about the M5 right now because I don't have a bias on the H1 yet. So why am I going to go to the M5 and start fucking around, right? So I'm sitting here waiting for the higher time frame to give me a clear direction based off of my rules, okay? So 8 o'clock goes about, pushes back down to retest that area of support, the fair value gap, get some bullshit candlestick right there. Okay, this is 10 o'clock, one more. Okay, so a whole lot of nothing, okay? Whole lot of nothing. A lot of people, and even myself, if this was 3 years ago, would have just tried to force a trade here. Say, oh, it's an uptrend, so let me just try to look for some buys and blah, blah, and get absolutely chopped up. Get chopped up. Okay, so as you can see, and let's look at how the rest of the day played out, right? A whole lot of nothing really, okay? So, recap, super important, It's very important you understand market structure. You understand what an uptrend is. You understand what a downtrend is. What helps me determine my higher time frame bias is me using my moving averages, my VWAP. Again, the 8, the 50, the 200. If price is above all my moving averages, I'm looking for buys. If price is below all my moving averages, I'm looking for sells. Guys, I do the same thing every single day. I'm looking for the same thing every single day. That is how you become consistent in the markets, having a simple set of rules, that you back tested, that you have forward tested, that you have live traded, that you have statistics that back why it works, what the win rate is, all that fun stuff. Not just what you think works. No, you need data, okay? A simple set of rules, a simple framework, and you just rinse and repeat every single day. Take the wins and losses when it comes, guys. That's how it works. That's how it works. Very, very simple. Create your playbook. Create your simple set of rules that works best for you and your personality. If you'd like to learn my framework to a T, exactly how I trade, way more detailed than what I just went over today, you want to click that link in my bio, hop in the free Discord for some more sauce.